No, bro, you guys should do that dick shit though.
Oh god, I'm gonna end up fucking throwing up under the ring or some shit.
Oh god,
after
can we
that.
just start this podcast?
Hello, everybody. My name is Jerry Weathers, and welcome to the Weathers Media Podcast. You just heard that Aaron Allman's gonna fucking throw up. He's gonna throw up during a match where Dak grabs his fucking cock and flips him. Welcome to a new episode. I fucking love these two. I am here with Aaron Alment and the divinest of the divine, Dak Ryan. Hello, everyone.
Hey guys.
Hello, wrestling community. It's me, your average man that flips people with his penis.
Oh my god, I can't fucking contain myself.
Oh my fuck. Alright, everyone. This episode's already fucking awesome, dude. I fucking love these two for real. These two are my brothers. Fuck, man.
Oh, man.
Speaking of brothers, I want to congratulate Carl Anderson and his hot Asian wife by introducing their new son, Cash, into the world.
Hey, congratulations to Carl, man.
Congratulations to you, man.
The machine gun.
Always be a good brother, too sweet to you.
Never shooting blanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, while we transition from the very funny to very real to very serious stuff here, ROH and New Japan next year are going to run a show in Madison Square Garden. The first ever show since the 1920s to not be a WWF show, almost completely sold out by now.
Jeez, man. Listen, man. Japan is taking over, and what a great way to do it than to take over Vince McMahon's big wrestling staple as Madison Square Garden.
I completely agree. It's a good move.
But this hasn't happened.
Congratulations.
This hasn't happened since the 1920s.
Man, that is crazy, man. I'm telling you, Japan's making the move. They're playing this smart. I mean, Bullet Club's doing their all-in thing. It's sold out in 29 minutes. You know, they're bringing in all these people. I'm telling you, man, once New Japan and Ring of Honor hit Madison Square Garden and they sell out that stadium, holy shit, you better believe Vince McMahon's gonna be on his heels.
Well,
oh yeah.
WWE hasn't even sold out Madison Square Garden since 2015.
And the other thing is that the only way, and this is the only way I can see WWE beating New Japan and Ring of Honor, is if they have an absolutely spectacular takeover.
Agreed.
They need, and the one thing that would really, really do it is they need to have Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, and that's when Johnny needs to win the NXT title. The big babyface finally gets the better of Tommaso and wins. I think that if they do that and play, and I'm not saying NXT is bad, because NXT, every takeover is fantastic.
I agree.
But I think that if they do it that way, and they really book a big show and have that as the main event, I really think that would be the only competition to the Supercard, or whatever they're going to have.
There is a rumor going around that Matt Riddle, former Evolve champion Matt Riddle, might be inserted into that match at the very last minute since Aleister Black is out for a while.
Oh man, how they don't need to. Here's the problem: is that they're doing Tommaso and Gargano too soon, and they need to have another man in there. And I just think that Matt Riddle is not the guy to do that. I think what they need to do, if they're going to take the route of a triple threat, and I think this would be their best bet, is we can make the EC3 and Velveteen Dream a #1 contenders match, and whoever wins that match earlier in the night gets put in the triple threat. That's the only way I see this working out, because I don't want to see Tommaso and Gargano right now.
No, their last two takeover matches were fucking phenomenal, and I feel adding either EC3 or Velveteen Dream in the mix would be a perfect fit, especially EC3. or even especially Velveteen Dream. At first, I never liked him. I thought he was, I don't know. I just didn't like his gimmick or his character, but it's grown to me. I like Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, I like, but he's my favorite besides Ciampa on NXT. I love Velveteen Dream. I think he has a bright future ahead of him. The man is athletic, strong. He has a great character. I feel like it clicks, and
It does.
it's really gotten him heat, and it's really gotten him over. And I feel like he's a good contender for the NXT title. And I wish they would have gave it to him before Ciampa, because I feel like Velveteen Dream's time in NXT is coming up.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna fight right here for a minute, real quick. I actually like the idea of putting Matt Riddle into a title match so soon, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why real quick, Dak. Because you want Matt Riddle to be the number one guy in NXT. The only way to do that is to insert him into this match, his very first match in NXT, on a big pay-per-view, in one of the biggest title matches you could ever have on a takeover. You put him in there, you have him win, instant heel, 100%.
I just feel like adding Matt Riddle to a title match so early like this is too soon. I feel maybe have him do a couple takeovers without a title match, and then eventually, at a takeover near Royal Rumble or even Mania next year, have him win the NXT title. Because I feel like him being in the title match at this coming takeover is way too soon. He just signed with WWE. He hasn't gotten to the WWE style yet, so that would be a difficult transition for Matt Riddle.
Yeah, and I feel like, I agree with Aaron. I think the transaction of them putting him in so early, I feel like, because, like, you put him in the title match, and what has he proved?
He's proved everything. He's proved that no matter... his first match in NXT is for the title, and he wins. I feel like he proves that he can go no matter what, even without learning that style yet.
It's just...
Plus, instant heel. 100% instant heel, and boos will rain down because no one even knows this guy yet. 100% heel. That's who Matt Riddle is. He's a heel. That's what you want. 100% instant right there without even having him in a story.
Yeah, but I mean, you already have a heel in Tommaso Ciampa, so I mean,
he's the best heel in WWE, might I add. He's the best heel in WWE.
Yeah.
Well, now let me kind of play this out a little bit, okay? I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now. You put Matt Riddle in this match, he wins, and then have him leave a couple months later, losing to Ciampa, which you'll get the Gargano Ciampa match later, and then you put Matt Riddle on the main roster and pair him with the advocate for Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman.
You know, that's actually not that bad of an idea. That could work. It's just, I don't want his momentum to burn out so soon. And the reason why I say that is because Matt Riddle is a great wrestler. We all know this. I love Matt Riddle. But it's hard to put a new guy in as a champion right off the bat, because people don't really, people know who he is, but people don't know NXT Matt Riddle. And I don't know. I feel like it's soon, but with what you just said, I feel like it would work. I really wish they wouldn't have taken. I really wish Aleister wouldn't have gotten injured. I mean, it played out so perfectly, and now they have to change it, and it's hard. You have to really sit down and diabolically pick a storyline and a new opponent, because Aleister, Tommaso, and Gargano were in this great circle of a story here, and that all has to be changed.
And you throw in Matt Riddle, and maybe even kind of turn Johnny Gargano. And I'm not saying they should, but I'm saying they could turn Johnny Gargano, put DIY back together, and then shove them on the main roster along with Matt Riddle, and actually have a good tag team on the main roster.
But the thing is that I want to see Gargano and Ciampa at the next, or at TakeOver and WrestleMania. I think it would give Gargano that great
the push to the main roster or the NXT title.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but okay. So if you do the Velveteen Dream EC3 thing where they have the number one contenders match, whoever wins goes. I mean that's kind of a ripoff of WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, it is, but history repeats itself. You got to remember that. Would you rather have that, or would you have something that doesn't make any sense? You know what I mean? NXT is very storyline based, and that just doesn't really go with the storyline. It kind of just changed a bit. I feel like Matt Riddle wouldn't get the momentum that he deserves if he would win it later on with a story.
Well, would EC3 or Velveteen Dream, if one of them won that match and then lost in the main event, their pushes would just end right there if they lose.
Yeah, see, then the whole conclusion to this is that nothing's going to work. I feel like it's just going to be a Gargano and Ciampa or something else. It's hard to do this.
Yeah. Before we started to do the podcast, I got a notification from the WWE app. Since Aleister Black is injured, it's going to be Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in a last man standing match for the NXT title at TakeOver Brooklyn 4.
It's too soon. That's the
I
thing.
know. I figured wait till Mania TakeOver next year. Because it's perfect.
How else are you going to compete with New Japan and Ring of Honor?
Well,
you got to compete with them. You know what I mean?
Now let's kind of play this out. Since it's going to be a last man standing match, that means there's no DQs, right? Right. Thank you for agreeing with me.
Correct.
So if you have those two in what is basically a no DQ match, could you now? I'm asking you to, and I want Aaron to answer first, and I want Dak to answer next, because I really want Dak to think about this, because I know he's a wrestler and I know how his mind works. But could you put Matt Riddle in there to kind of mess up the main event and kind of have him debut like that? I hate the sitting in the crowd thing.
Right.
Hello, hi camera. Where you could put Matt Riddle in there and have him help Ciampa, and you would still have that heel heat. He could still go to the main roster 2 or 5 months later, and you could still have that Ciampa Gargano rematch at Mania, Royal Rumble, whatever you wanted. Could you do? Would that be something that you two would be into, Aaron? I want you to answer first.
Honestly, kind of, but honestly, I would love to see Candice LeRae get involved and accidentally cost Johnny the match. Because Candice LeRae is the deciding factor in this whole thing, really. She's more into this storyline as much as Johnny and Tommaso are. So I feel like if you have Candice accidentally cost Johnny the match, I think that would be pretty interesting to see what would happen.
Right, but I was trying to do the 2 versus 2 thing.
Right. I don't know. I just think it's too soon to add Matt Riddle into this because, he hasn't gotten into the WWE style yet. So
well, I really don't want him to sit there and wave to the fucking camera.
Right, and I don't either. I would actually love to see him just debut.
Because that's gonna piss me off, and I'm gonna be upset.
Okay, yeah, actually you could do that, because it would be, everybody has looked at the camera and waved and smiled and did whatever, but nobody's ever interfered. No one's ever made a name. That'd be a great way for Matt Riddle to make a name for himself.
Thank you.
Well, that's how Adam Cole showed up, but that was after the match.
Right.
But during a takeover main event, that would actually be really better.
Well, even Adam
Just-
Cole did the
just
waving of the
think-
camera thing earlier in the night, and then
No, he didn't.
yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yes, they all did. Everyone did. Whereas you don't have Matt Riddle look at the camera and wave to him like a fucking chump. You
He
put him
just
in that
comes
main
out of
event,
nowhere.
and you make exactly. He comes out of nowhere. You don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, actually that could work.
Cause I hate that. Hi, dude. Fuck you. You're a pussy now. You're a chump now. It makes me upset to see these great wrestlers, Keith Lee, Adam
hi,
Cole.
NXT.
Yeah.
I'm gonna face five jobbers until I get an actual storyline put into me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how Kevin Steen debuted, he just had a match. He never waved to the fucking camera.
Exactly.
Takeover. He fucking debuted against C.J. Parker, Juice Robinson.
Exactly.
It was a great match.
Exactly.
And then after Sami Zayn won the NXT title, sparked their feud coming back from Ring of Honor, and it worked.
Yes.
Yes, it did.
We need something like that.
That's exactly what I'm trying. That's exactly what I'm saying right now. You put him in that main event and you make him mess it up, and he does not wave at the camera once.
What if, like, I know, like, not wave to the camera, but, like, you know how Tommaso Ciampa, you know, waves to the camera, like, slowly?
Yeah.
He should do that to Johnny.
That'd be
And,
pretty
like,
dope.
Oh,
team up
yeah,
with
yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa. I think that would be really pretty cool to see. So technically he would be waving at the camera, but then technically not really.
Right. But I want to leave NXT for a little bit, and I want to talk about ROH. The upcoming All In show on September 1st in Chicago, Illinois. Have you guys seen the match card so far?
Yes, I have.
And what do you guys think of it? Kind of. I think this is going to be a great. This could be the. I know other people have said this, but I really think it could be true. The Indies version of WrestleMania, having All In, having all these companies come together and put on the show, ran by the son of a plumber. I mean, the son of a
completely
plumber, and the great. Like, okay, the thing about this is Cody Rhodes. His dad was the American Dream. The American Dream was a great producer. He maybe wasn't the greatest wrestler, but he was a great producer, great behind-the-scenes guy, and Cody saw all of that, and that's how he kind of got into the business at such a young age.
Yeah.
And now he's producing his own show, like Dusty did with Starrcade. That's what
I'm really excited for it.
That's what's great, really great about this is that Cody Rhodes saw this from his dad, and now he's implementing it into his own, what could be the biggest indie show of all time until, of course, April of next year. But still,
I'm happy with the card, but I was really looking forward to see Kenny Omega versus Rey Mysterio. That would have been amazing to see.
I'm still not on board with that match.
Yeah, All In is going to be a great show. You know, you got a very mixture of different companies, and I feel like it really speaks WrestleMania. Like, you want to have this big WrestleMania event, you want to have the best wrestling match of the year, you want it to be the big show. This is how you do it.
Exactly.
Agreed.
And, you know, we have Cody versus Nick Aldis for the NWA World Championship. Wow!
I think he's actually going to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. It's his time.
Of course he
it's
will.
his turn.
His dad held that belt. Ric Flair held that belt. Ricky Steamboat held that belt.
The greats held that belt.
The greatest of all time wrestlers. Time for Cody.
Even Shane Douglas from ECW held that title.
And
Until
then
he threw it on the
defaced
ground.
it.
Yeah, until he threw it on the ground and said, EC fucking W.
Shane Douglas was a great wrestler.
Very great wrestler. I love Shane Douglas. I think he was the best thing that's ever come out of ECW.
WWE really wasted him when he first started. And
Oh, definitely.
ECW really showed him.
That That man screamed face of company.
I agree. He was more of the face of ECW than Tommy Dreamer was.
Yeah, at some points. I mean, I think when I think of ECW, I always think of Tommy Dreamer, but that's just because Tommy had the best feud of ECW history. I think Tommy really innovated ECW, but people forget about Shane Douglas being the man that I think really started ECW.
The franchise of ECW.
Yeah, and I think he really started ECW. I think that's when he became world's champion and did his thing. I think that's when everybody was like, well, ECW is on the map now.
Right.
And yeah, I think he was the starter of ECW. I think the man really hit it off with ECW.
Right. I totally agree with that.
Let's get back to All In.
Yes, All In. The match I want to talk about right now is the Golden Elite versus Phoenix, Bandito, and Rey Mysterio. Looks prime to be one of the best of the night.
I agree.
Yes.
Two different great styles clashing. You have strong style, then you have your technical with the Bucks, and then you have your lucha libre. It's gonna pan out so well. We're gonna see some great spots. We're gonna see some defining moments. We're gonna see amazing wrestling storytelling.
Speaking of All In card, did you hear about the match that was taken off of All In?
Yeah, that was Rey Mysterio and Kenny Omega.
No.
Oh, there was
no, not that one. Yeah.
Oh.
So they were gonna have I forgot the other tag team. But they were gonna have Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. Now, the reason why they took it off is, get this. So there were sightings on SmackDown Live that they were backstage.
What?
Now, this is kind of a surprise to me because they are not going. If they were featured and they were saw backstage at SmackDown, what about NXT? Are they gonna go straight to the main roster?
They could.
Wow. I was like, wow. It's crazy. I would have never expected them to be in WWE, to be honest.
No, me neither. Because, I watched their stuff on Lucha Underground and Impact, and they're just so amazing. They're so great. Great stuff here.
TNA Slammiversary this last one was phenomenal.
I agree.
Still haven't watched it.
I watched the highlights, but what I saw was fucking great. You had Tommy Dreamer and Eddie Edwards. You had Sami Callihan and Pentagon Jr., Moose and Austin Aries, OVE.
Yep, and do you know what's funny is 2 months before that pay-per-view aired, they hired a new writer for TNA, and it was Sanjay Dutt.
A TNA great.
And Sanjay Dutt has a great mind for wrestling, and I would like to say thank you, Sanjay for actually reminding me of what TNA used to be. Thank you.
Yes.
Talking about TNA or Impact or whatever the fuck. Chris Jericho is going to be on Impact Wrestling. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah. What a great person to have on your roster. What a great person to have as a booker, a writer.
The very
Vince McMahon should be shitting his pants right now because they have one of the greatest, I think, my favorite wrestler of all time, might I add. One of the greatest bookers, one of the greatest characters in professional wrestling history on their staff. Chris Jericho, Y2J, man. Wow, what a step this could be. We could bring TNA back on the map, and I would love to see that, man. I remember watching from 2009 to about 2013-14, where TNA was my favorite. I actually stopped watching WWE before it got bad just to watch TNA, because I loved it so much. It had everything that I inspired, and actually watching TNA's X Division is what inspired me to be the kind of wrestler I am today.
You can definitely see that in your wrestling.
The X Division is phenomenal. I love the X Division, man, and they did some really good stuff.
I agree. Slammiversary really put TNA back on the map. Really. Now,
I have a question for you
that was
real
the
quick.
show to put it back on the map.
Aaron, are you drunk? Victory! You sound fucking drunk, bro. What the fuck? I told you not to drink before the podcast.
The one question we have to put into consideration is TNA really back on the map? See, if TNA could pull out this great pay-per-view that was better than anything WWE has done all year, can they continue the streak of good performance? Now, from what I've seen, they've kind of been iffy. It's been like a seesaw with it. But that right there, that show is how you get something started. Man, if they could just use that momentum for that show and just keep on going, man, they will knock WWE out of the water. I will start watching Impact again. Fuck WWE. I don't even watch it anymore. I don't even know what's going on besides watching JD from New York talk about Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. I don't even watch the show because I don't give a shit about it.
Well, the thing is, if TNA...
I'd rather watch old KBW videos of backyard wrestling than I would watch Monday Night Raw.
If TNA moved to... Me and Aaron have talked about this. If TNA moved to the UK, to England, where they are the #1 wrestling promotion there, they would be able to bring in more money, which means bringing in more superstars, more people, and good people, and kind of milking the British talent from there. They could be the #1 in America if they move to the UK for a few years, but they won't.
But if they do that, then they'd have to compete with WWE NXT UK.
It would be easy.
No, that's no problem.
It would be
That's
so
no problem.
easy.
They could do that.
Bam, done. TNA wins.
Do you know what else you could do, man? You could feature man, you could even bring people like Travis Banks and stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
That from like Progress and WCPW, man, you could bring all those people on Impact, man. You'll blow WWE UK out of the water. Easy.
You could even bring Ospreay in for a couple one-off matches.
Yeah.
Skyrockets to the fucking top. That's it.
True.
But they won't do that for some. They're literally the #1 wrestling promotion in the UK.
You know, I said this to Tyler a couple years ago, and I think this would really help the case of TNA. Is if they copy a little bit of WWE's book and do something like have an all X Division show and do like stuff like that. You know, have like a featured show. You know how like NXT just did the UK thing. Well, why don't we have a? Hold on. What, Mom? What are we eating? Yeah, I'll eat it.
Sorry, everybody. Dak is taking a
Wait, are we
minute.
going to go eat pizza? Oh, yeah, I'll eat it. Sorry, wow, that podcast is ruined.
It's okay. I leave all this shit in anyway. People fucking love it anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, perfect.
Like, literally, I feel like the only reason why we have fans for this fucking thing is because we do fucked up shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
Because we leave all that shit in, and we still get views on that shit. So, fuck it. We're just that damn good, you know?
But back to what Jack was saying, the whole X Division pay-per-view, like
Yes.
WWE is doing with the UK Championship tournament, and now the women's division are getting their own pay-per-view.
Which I do want to talk about after we talk about TNA. So
that is amazing. I think the winner of the Mae Young Classic
Hold
is
up.
gonna get it.
Hold up. We still gotta talk about this fucking TNA shit. Don't talk about this shit yet. TNA.
Alright. Okay.
Okay. Dak, go ahead.
Yeah, but I think having your own X Division show, bringing a showcase out there, because let's face it, that's where you get the best TNA wrestling, X Division. It's always been that way.
Agreed.
We could get their own show, their own little staple going. And I think it would work really great. I think it would put TNA back on the map.
I 100% agree if they did that. If they were smart enough to do that, they would do that. They should do that. Hashtag X Division pay-per-view on Twitter. Let's get that shit trending right now.
Yes, sir.
Alright. So do you want to keep talking about TNA and how terrible their fucking decisions are, or should we talk about the Evolution pay-per-view?
Nah, let's talk about the women for a minute.
Yeah, the
I
women deserve.
am so fucking excited for this pay-per-view. I cannot contain it.
I'm gonna give my honest opinion about it. I'm not that excited about it.
Why?
Okay, well, I want you to think of who's producing it.
Triple H.
Well, not just Triple H, WWE in a whole.
But Triple
Now-
H is the number one producer on this.
Oh,
Right.
definitely, yes. But, I mean, I think it's going to be a good pay-per-view, but I think you can make it so much better
How?
if you had some of the superstars and stuff collab with writing this. And what I mean by that is, I don't want to see, like, oh, let's have Sasha, let's have the four horsewomen versus somebody. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, I want to see new talent. I want to see people from the Mae Young Classic. I want to see a whole bracketology of everything of this show. I want to see women's wrestling. I don't want to see stupid crap. I don't want to see Carmella. I don't want to see Alexa Bliss. I don't want to see none of them. I want to see people like Asuka, Ember Moon, the Icons, Charlotte, Bayley, people from the Mae Young Classic, stuff like that.
Well, Dag me and you are gonna fight right now
Oh God. Okay.
because I want to see the four horsewomen of NXT versus the four horsewomen of UFC. You can say you don't want to see that, but I want to fucking see that shit. That would be the dopest shit. And if that was the main event, I feel like you could get so many people to buy that shit. I mean,
I think it would be, I think it would be cool. I guess, yeah. I mean,
and you have the finals of the Mae Young Classic tournament, whatever the fuck, and you have like the two champions, and they're obviously gonna change the champions because Carmella doesn't sell any fucking tickets, and Alexa Bliss is just too damn good for that show anyway. I love you, Alexa.
get the fuck out.
Dude, fuck you. I love Alexa. I want Paige. I don't want Stephanie anywhere near this fucking thing. I want Paige there. I want her to be like, this is exactly what the fuck we needed. I don't want Stephanie to say one fucking word about it. I only want to be on the fucking show.
I will bet you $100 Stephanie is going to open that show.
I do not disagree, but I do not want it. I
Yeah.
want Paige to open that shit. Be like, fuck you guys. Fuck the guys. This is the women's fucking pay-per-view. We're gonna be better than them because she's the fucking face. She's the face in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is Stephanie still a fucking heel? I think. I don't even know anymore.
Speaking of Alexa Bliss, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday,
To
goddess.
Alexa Bliss.
I fucking love you.
Happy fucking birthday, you overplayed midget.
All right. We're gonna fight. Fuck you, Dag. This is bullshit. I quit.
No. Okay, explain to me 5 reasons Alexa Bliss is a good champion.
She plays the part well. Okay? She is actually
she?
good on the mic. Can't
Okay.
tell me she isn't.
No, she is.
She is a better wrestler than most people think. She doesn't get a lot of wrestling in since you have Mickey James on the outside, but she is a better wrestler than most people think she is. I got 3. I honestly don't know 5. I don't know 5 about any of the fucking people on the roster right now. I don't watch
See,
WWE.
The problem is that the women down in NXT are putting on better matches than Alexa does on a pay-per-view. That's the thing, is that you're giving a doll face the women's championship. You want to have this whole evolution, but you put people like Carmella and Alexa Bliss as your top stars for it? Hell no.
Who are you gonna put up there?
Well, for the SmackDown Women's Champion, I'd put Becky Lynch.
Fuck
That
that.
man is, that woman has had a great story going in. She has hype. People want to see it. She hasn't been champion since 2016.
Thank you. I've been trying to say this for months. Put the title on Becky Lynch. Put the title on Becky Lynch. Like,
I'll eat it in a minute.
like, she deserves it, honestly, more than Charlotte does.
And for Raw, to put a championship on, I would put somebody that knows women's wrestling. I put somebody like Ember Moon.
Honestly, I would love to see the title be put on Alicia Fox. She's been busting her ass for years, and
Oh yes, her.
she's gotten so much better than before, and she's fucking proved it. The Raw Women's Champion should be Alicia Fox, honestly.
Well-
that's just my decision.
No, if you do that, they're gonna use it as a transitional thing, and it's not gonna be as good as everyone wants it to be. Because you're right, Alicia Fox deserves that shit. She does. But the way that they're gonna do it is they're gonna have her have it for like a couple months and move it to somebody else. That's exactly how they would do it because they don't care about who the fuck busts their ass, and that's a fact.
No,
And-
they don't.
And I'm tired. I do. She does deserve that shit. She deserves it, like, more than Roman Reigns deserves his fucking championship shot. Because she's been there for over a decade.
She's former Divas champion. You know,
And she deserves that shit. 100%.
yeah. She's worked her ass off for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Just to do this. And she loves to do what she does. And honestly, dedication to the sport, she deserves the title.
I do not think... I think they should stop having Natalia on TV.
I just think they need to repackage her.
What would they repackage her as, though? I mean, her whole thing is Bret Hart.
Yeah,
That's
it's
literally
kind of a
it.
shame.
That's all they have is, oh, she's related to Bret Hart. Clap for her. I mean, what else can you do? Turn her into a fucking cat? I mean, she's already a cat at this point. A Canadian cat. Like, she comes out with fucking ears on and shit. Like, it's fucked.
It's cartoonish. It seems like 90s, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel if they repackage her to be better, it would work. Honestly, but
But what will the character be?
right,
A cat. Like, that's all you have. A cat and fucking Bret Hart. I don't know what you would... What is there? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing... There's nothing. She's just a two-dimensional character. Cats and Bret Hart.
yeah. I feel like if she left the company and went to like Women of Honor or, you know, any other promotion, it would work for her just to be herself.
I agree, and I disagree.
Right.
If you have... I mean, Natalia is basically just herself on WWE. If you put her in, like, Women of Honor or Stardom, wherever the fuck you want to put her in, like, she wouldn't really be herself. I mean, she'd have her name and stuff, but she'd just be the same character as she is now, just with a different name.
That's true.
I think it's time for her just to retire because she's done basically everything already, and
She's been working her ass off for over a decade, too.
let her be a producer. I don't think there's any female producers backstage.
Yeah, there's like a few, but like there's not enough that really knows wrestling.
But if you put her as a producer backstage, you could have more. You can have better women's matches, is what we were talking about with the Evolution thing. You can have better matches if you put a woman who knows wrestling behind the scenes.
From a great wrestling family.
Not Stephanie.
No less.
Not
No, because
Stephanie.
Stephanie doesn't know her wrestling.
No.
She knows business. She
And
doesn't
that's
know wrestling.
all she
knows
knows.
business. That's all she fucking knows. See, if you put Paige, Natalia,
The Bellas. They know wrestling.
No. I'm talking about people from great wrestling families. You have Paige,
Oh.
Natalia, Von Erich, Tessa Blanchard, or if you bring her to WWE again and make her a producer as well as an in-ring performer that know wrestling because they're from wrestling families, it would definitely work and be a much better product.
I agree.
Same with the men. Great wrestling family background as producers, Randy Orton.
Right, but most of the men who are behind most of the former wrestlers are like Michael P.S. Hayes and Triple H and fucking Jesse James, the Road Dogg, and people who aren't from wrestling families but do pretty good putting together good matches. Dean Malenko is from a wrestling family and one of the best ever, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's necessarily where you come from. It's what you've done in your life. I agree with Paige. Paige should definitely be a producer because she knows she's been wrestling since she was fucking 14. So I agree with that. But put the Bellas, put Natalia, put Alicia Fox, put all the women who aren't doing anything, and put them behind the scenes. As
the
agents.
match I really don't want to see at Evolution is Mickie James and Trish Stratus. We've seen it before, and it just seems really forced.
I would like to see like a new age versus old age kind of match. Put something like, I don't know. I mean, you could do something like Trish Stratus. I'd really like to see Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss. Something of new age.
Yeah, Steve, putting Trish Stratus against Mickie James, we've seen it before years ago. We've seen it.
Can I be honest for a minute?
Uh-huh.
I don't really like Ember Moon.
Why not?
Well,
yeah, I mean, her character's dull and everything about her, but that's not her fault. But her wrestling is incredible.
Yeah,
She's a great wrestler.
I've told Aaron this before. I like wrestling. I like the wrestling part of wrestling. But for me, you have to have a good character and this is speaking from a personal standpoint, but you need a good character and a good story to draw me in, which I don't watch WWE because they don't have good stories. They have Lesnar and Reigns for the 100th fucking time.
Yeah.
That's not a good story. That's just, we don't know what to do. Fuck it. Put them together again.
It just doesn't work.
Right.
But yeah, I agree with that. Her character is kind of...
Her character's fucking bland.
But she's a great fucking wrestler. If you've seen her highlights in the indies...
No, hey, I get it. I understand.
She's great.
I've seen her matches on Raw before, but to be in wrestling, you don't only have to be a great wrestler, which she is. I totally agree with that. You have to be a good character, and WWE does not give her leverage, how they have Paul Heyman and Enzo and all, they're kind of off leash when they do promos. They don't give that same thing to all the wrestlers, just the ones who do good promos. We don't know who actually can. I feel like if Reigns wasn't so heavily scripted, he could actually have a good promo because he doesn't have to say "suffer and succotash" all the fucking time. I know that's a few years ago, but still, that was fucking bullshit. And they don't give him that leeway to actually have a good promo, which he could do if he wasn't so heavily scripted, which Ember could also do.
Yeah, the last time I seen Ember really cut a promo was, I believe, in NXT. And it was a good promo. I don't think I've ever seen her cut a promo on the main roster yet.
That's because NXT is the same way. They don't really. You don't have to stick to a script if they know you're good at promos. Which Ember Moon, I'm sure. I don't watch NXT, but I'm sure she does do good promos. And if you gave her that, that leeway, and you let her off the leash a little bit, I'm sure she could come up with something. I mean, damn, anyone could come up with something. Even Aaron can. He's retarded.
Thank you. I'm special, not retarded.
Alright, so let's talk about something that happened today.
Yes, let's get into this.
I love this story. It's a great story.
I want to get into this. Okay, just for everyone knows, I don't know the story yet, so I'm kind of interested to hear this.
So this is very, very bad news. So I was at work today and I was getting fries out of the bag, and I walk out of the fridge, and we were getting robbed. Somebody had my manager at gunpoint. Okay, terrible. Here comes the really bad part. I look closely at the gunman, and it's Jarrell Bankston.
What?
Yeah, my reaction too.
And I'll even send photos of his mugshots and stuff. The man that I was gonna face at Clash of the Case was holding me and my manager at gunpoint.
Oh my
wow, Jarrell,
God.
what a heelish act you have done. He is now in jail with a $21,000 bond and will not be getting out of jail. Therefore, since he has done this act, TBW has released Jarrell Bankston.
Oh my God.
Man, how I wish it would have been Quentin Zero before anything else.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'll have to send y'all the mug shots, but oh my God, man.
Crazy, right, Jared?
Wow.
That was my initial reaction too. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm literally speechless. I don't even know what to say to that. Holy fuck.
So now I am without an opponent for Clash of the Case, but that is being decided as we speak.
Can I make a
Jarrell
suggestion?
Yeah.
I know this is stupid, but with Jarrell obviously in jail, and we don't really care for Quentin Zero, maybe we could have a last man standing match between you and Quentin Zero where you actually beat up on the motherfucker. I'm just throwing shit out there, but I would like to see that person.
Hey, Jared, I want a championship match, not a playground recess fun time.
But it's always fun with you, Dak.
Oh, I bet it is, because I'll do more than Russell Clinton.
I want to see that so badly. And he was upset with him getting a championship shot anyway, so let him be like, okay, well if you think you can hang with us, then let's do this, and then beat his ass for real.
Man,
Shoe fuck.
I saw him and he got arrested, and I was like, thanks for ruining my wrestling plans, you jackass.
Jesus. What? Why did you know why he did it?
Well, I know he's had gang problems here lately.
Oh.
That I tried to help him get out of. That's why he joined TBW to begin with. I tried to get him out of trouble. But the motherfucker didn't listen, of course. And, yeah, now he's in jail.
The funny thing is, Jared, he had a job, so why,
Yeah.
It's just a fucking fucked up situation. I was helping Jack with this whole issue with the TBW thing. And, Jack, you want to, tell him what you guys plan on doing?
So I got confrontation that this is what's going to happen. I don't want to release too much, but there will be a Clash of the Case. There will be a open challenge match for my World Heavyweight Championship, and we'll just have to see who comes out.
Well,
newsflash, it's gonna be me.
Let me tell you something. If it's Johnny Blade, my baby brother will be very happy if he beats you.
Well, it's not Johnny Blade.
I'm just saying.
Hopefully, it's gonna be me.
I wish.
I wish too.
It is going to be somebody that has not been a contender for the world title in a long time. I can tell you that. Somebody that I have faced here. I haven't faced recently, but I faced a couple months ago. That me and him put up a great match. So, and it's not Tyler either. So, y'all just have to find out and see. But please check out Clash for the Case, guys. I really would appreciate it.
Yes, check out that. That should be what should that? When should that come out?
We're gonna try to get it done this weekend, so possibly this weekend, going on to next week.
All right. Well, subscribe to TBW. Hit the bell. Make sure you're notified when that comes out. Subscribe
I promise
to.
you, Dak Ryan will not disappoint.
Never does. He never disappoints. Greatest wrestler ever.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
I feel like you and Johnny Blade are tied for that, though. Number one.
Well, I just want you to think of one thing. I'm the mentor of Johnny Blade.
Yes. Yes, you are.
If it wasn't for Dak, Johnny Blade wouldn't be here today.
That's very true, and neither would Tyler.
Also true. But, nonetheless, find TBW on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, subscribe to Dak Ryan's channel, which is called Dak Ryan Channel, hit the bell, subscribe to my channel, Jared Weathers Official, hit the bell, subscribe to me, or follow me on Spotify and SoundCloud. On SoundCloud right now, if you're listening to this in the month of August, and a few days in the month of September, I interviewed Johnny Blade. It's on SoundCloud exclusively for 1 month, and then it'll be on Spotify in September and YouTube in October. So go listen to that before it's everywhere and everyone listens to it. For the Divine Dak Ryan, the 6-time TBW champion, and Aaron Almond, who has done nothing in his life because he's a little bitch. I am Jared Weathers. Thank you, everybody. And go get fucked. Go get fucked up. Whoop, whoop.
Alright, thanks guys for having me, but I'm gonna go eat now because I'm starving.
Alright, see you, man.
Alright, see ya.
Starve for that dick.